What's up, y'all? Carl Shepard here. This very well may be episode 18. I'm leaving my house right now, driving to the gym, and it would be nice if I could crank out an episode real quick. I've got my infant son Felix right here in the back with me, and my wife and my almost 4-year-old son Leon are going to be coming from gymnastics to the gym. And so I've got this moment, and I thought, you know what, if I could get it done right now, then I would get some better sleep tonight. So I'm just going to shoot. As far as check-ins go, I did jiu-jitsu this morning. I spoke with the coach Sean. Shout out to Sean Wood and Gracie JiuJitsu here in Columbia. You guys are awesome. About this competition stuff, and I'm really kind of starting to just fine-tune myself for that moment. I'm trying to think like, okay, what can I do today that's gonna put me in a better position for that, you know? And each day that's gonna be my focus. And it's weird because it's like you don't want to get your hopes up about doing real good or something, because obviously I'm gonna be going up against I'll probably be the person with the least competitive jiu-jitsu experience in the entire building, possibly, considering this will be my very first one, and I've only been formally training since August 14th. I mean, obviously I do have a martial arts background and a fitness background, but that doesn't necessarily translate one-to-one or even at all. So it's going to be interesting, but I really wanted to get a competition in this year, because next year, it's just going to keep going, and I might as well start now. I don't know. I just want to jump into it. My intake, is just going to be focused around that. I was like 208 something the other day at night, and I need to be 207 and a half with my gi on that morning or whatever. I'll be looking at the details better, just to get an exact understanding of when I can weigh in and exactly what all, but I don't think that's really going to be an issue for me as far as the weigh-in goes. But the energy level and the composition of myself and all that, how recovered am I, those are the things that I'll be able to control. As far as my mood goes, I put this fitness, diet, mood, and sleep kind of framework together for my check-ins during this, Sober October challenge, because I thought those are going to be, issues that could possibly give me things to talk about or just keep it on track. And I just keep saying the same stuff for mood because for some reason, I just expected that I would just be having to work through some irritability or to try to find a new normal, because I really had been, I smoked at least like a pinch or two, every single day, if not like a couple times throughout the day, if not like, whatever, 1.5 grams, 2 grams worth of weed most days, or, vaping it or whatever. Like, it was part of my ritual, part of my practice. And so, and even when I started that, I felt stressed. I felt like, okay, I'm not processing, completely. I need this, or I need something. I don't know. I didn't feel balanced at the time. And over the course of the last year, it's not just been one thing. It's been a collection of things, and even from my support system as well, that we've just really ironed out some final, details, and just really came to a place that is super cohesive. And so, I don't know, that's made me think today, because it's like, well, I feel like in this moment, like during this month, and just otherwise in general right now, in my current headspace, I feel super secure, I feel super confident, I feel more and more confident every day, my fitness is doing great, all this stuff, and it gives me this like weird sense that I'm like beyond some kind of point where I could be susceptible to falling down to some lesser form of myself again, but I think that's a trap. I was thinking about that today, and I was like, I really need to hold back on that one and really still consolidate and be grateful and not there. Now, I don't know, it's a weird one, because I honestly I can admit that I am definitely past the point of no return in certain ways. I mean, I have no interest in drinking, doing any other drugs, or like hard drugs, narcotics or whatever, or pills or anything like that. Was never my jam really in the first place. I don't have any worry of doing any like big things. I don't have any stuff that I'm fighting on a daily basis. I'm really content, but at the same time, I don't want to try to take it to that next level where I act like nothing could throw me off. I'm still human, and I'm still young as far as the grand scheme of things goes, so I just need to keep that in mind, and put that out there, because this is all about being honest and being real, and just I don't know, I don't want to live that Instagram life where I just try to act like everything's perfect, and I don't have any problems, and I've got my shit together so well. Like, I feel like comparatively to society, my shit is on lockdown, but anybody and everybody knows there's a giant mountain of things that they could fine tune about their life. You're never should be set in your ways. You should never think this is good enough. The way I'm living right now is good enough. I mean, it's good enough for today. It's good enough for right now. It's good enough, you are fine as a person, we need to have that, but not for tomorrow, and definitely not for a year from now. If you're living the same way you were day to day right now that you were a year ago, then let's reevaluate that. Let's try to figure out some new thing. If you're comfortable in your situation, maybe you need to add some responsibility. Maybe you need to step outside the box and try something new, because you're only going to live this one life in this body. Whatever you have going on right now in your life, I'm just worried that, at least me, I don't know about anybody else, but at least me, if I was caught in that trap and I lived in this whole love me for who I am right now state and wasn't trying to grow personally, a decade would go by quicker than you think, and all of a sudden those regrets start coming through. Regret is one of the nastiest, most soul-weighting things that somebody can get gummed up in, and not interested in that. So boom, there's mood. Sleep. I'm trying to crank this podcast out, or not podcast, but this episode out right now, so that I have it done and so I can get some better sleep tonight. I am going to do that thing, especially next week, getting closer to this November 3rd competition. I'm going to break down and stop trying to crush every single day with a bunch of little tasks getting done. I'm not going to get behind on anything, but I'm going to try to do that thing where they say sleep when the baby sleeps, especially because my wife's getting ready to go back to work, and so, she has absolutely been helping out tremendously here and there, just daily, in the house and stuff, so... I'm going to take some naps, and I'm going to probably not be hitting the strength training or the CrossFit real hard. I do plan on still doing all the open workouts. I don't know if I'm going to record each one. We'll see how the workouts get programmed, and so we'll see how easy it is to record. I don't want to go out of my way too hard. The recording I did the other day for the open was fun, and it was cool, and it worked out well, and I liked narrating over it, and there was kind of a... With that, I thought that narrating would be easier. I thought that I'd be able to split back and forth between rambling and also speaking directly on the video, in the moment. For example, that video last week, I did 2 extra burpees on my 6th round. But when you're rambling in the moment, it's difficult to break concentration and then come back to it. Just like yesterday's video, I had that storage issue and it popped up this error, and then, it basically just set me back to square one. So... these are good reps. Those are the exact type of thing that I needed to work through with a project like this. This is fantastic for that. And I'm definitely getting better with this whole content creation thing. And it's just, now that I'm understanding where I'm at in my skill level and what my options are and what my abilities are, it just allows my creativity to be realistic and just thrive. So that's great. I've got a little bit more time before I'm at the gym, so this is actually going to work, I feel like. I listened to a fantastic podcast. I listen to a lot of really great podcasts, so I don't want to put this one too high up on a pedestal, but really it was exceptional. This guy named Anil Seth, Anil is his first name, and he is a neuroscientist, super high level, Ivy League, I mean, the most accredited, academic type that you're going to come across. No weird political affiliations or nothing. I mean, this guy is just, true to his nature, and he did this podcast on consciousness. It's the TED Interviews podcast with the creator of TED. TED Talks. You've got to have seen a TED Talk. And basically what the TED interviews are is that he just basically, they talk about, he's only interviewing people that have already done a TED Talk, and he basically sits them down and just dives deeper into what the TED Talk was about or what their research is up to now. Like with this guy, his TED Talk was a while ago, and now he's having him back, and he did this thing, and I posted it on Facebook, so if you follow me on Facebook, you can find it on my stream on the same date as this video, the October 17th, and I just parked, so I'm here. But this podcast, man, the whole thing was good, but the very last line, it's gonna be paraphrased, but it was basically, they were talking the whole time about ego and self and like consciousness and how consciousness observes the universe and all this stuff. And he said the self is not what is perceiving the world. The self is, oh man, okay, I lost it. I can't. Oh man, I'm gonna have to reread that one. Dang it. Is the self is not what is perceiving the world. The self is what is something that is being perceived. It's basically an illusion, is what his data is kind of coming to. I didn't get to paraphrase it right, so that kind of sucks, but I'm still going to post this video just like it is. The point of it was that science is getting closer and closer to unlocking some mysteries that are probably going to really put religion back on the conversation block. I don't know in what way, but there's just extra dimensional stuff going on out there that we don't understand yet. Anybody that tries to say the science is closed or that the data's in on anything, I don't care what it is, if it's some kind of global, really, really high profile thing, the science ain't in on shit, you guys. It's not. There's no way. We don't know anything. We haven't explored not even a third of the planet. Y'all didn't realize that. Yeah, we've touched the ground, most of the ground, not even all the actual ground, but most of the water, or most of the earth is covered by water. And we don't know shit about even this own planet. So don't get caught up in all those deceptions like that. We are ignorant. And those people that think that they've got it all figured out are really just trying to get your money. They're trying to get your money and make it their money and make it their kids' money and close the door behind them and screw that stuff. So just stay sharp and don't believe what they tell you. Don't believe what they tell you. Do your own research and just stay skeptical about everything. That's my advice for today. Yeah, and I'm off. That's going to be good enough, man. That's going to be good enough, especially doing this every day. Let me tell you what, I doubt I do another daily thing. I'm dedicated to this, and I'm already on the downhill, so that's fine, but I mean, I didn't even have a list of things to talk about coming into it, so to find something to ramble on every day, it's not going to produce good quality. This is just kind of a throwaway project. But you know what? It's exactly what I needed to just kind of build skills and just break through that barrier. And also becoming comfortable. I'm more comfortable seeing myself on camera now. I'm more comfortable with the idea of people seeing me talking. I'm more comfortable with the idea of interviewing people. So whatever, it's working. And I appreciate y'all. And Peace. I'll see you tomorrow.